Hi, Ericson Library. It's Rhonda, and guess what? I've got a stack of books to share with you for our edition of What You Read in Wednesday. And these are all books that have come in new within the last few months. So you'll find them in the new book section in the Teen Zone at the library on the main floor. If you're not sure where that is, let us know. We'll be happy to show you where all the new books are. And I picked all these kind of going along with our spooky reads theme in October, just when the weather's changing and it's getting colder and we're kind of snuggling in at home to be warm. I love mysteries and spooky reads. I very much am kind of a seasonal reader. I love something to coincide with seasons and holidays. So these really appealed to me, so I hope they'll appeal to you too and that you'll find your new favorite book. So we're going to start with Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas. And let's see what this is about. When children go missing, people want answers. It's been 5 years since Wendy and her two brothers vanished in the woods near the small coastal town of Astoria, Oregon. Wendy returned with no memory of where she had been or what had happened to her. Her brothers did not. When the town's children start to disappear, the mystery around her brothers is brought back into the light. And the police are once again knocking on Wendy's door for answers. Attempting to flee her past, Wendy almost runs over an unconscious boy lying in the middle of the road. Peter, a boy she thought lived only in her stories, asks for Wendy's help to rescue the missing kids. But in order to find them, Wendy must confront what's waiting for her in the woods. Sounds like a dystopian fairy tale, for sure. Not the Wendy and Peter Pan that we're used to. This one is called They'll Never Catch Us. And this is by Jessica Goodman. Kind of a creepy cover on there. Looks like a little blood. Let's find out what this one is about. The Steckler sisters are only a year apart, but they're as different as sisters can be. Single-minded, driven, Stella keeps to herself. Ellie is no less ambitious, but she has fun with friends and a social life too. The only thing the sisters have in common is cross-country running, until Mila Keene comes to town. Mila was the top runner on her team back home, and at first, Stella and Ellie see her as a threat. But soon, Stella finds herself noticing all the things they have in common. Mila is smart and strong, somebody Stella can finally connect with. As the two become friends, Stella becomes something she vowed that she would never be. Distracted. For her part, Ellie finds herself drawn to Mila's warm, charming personality. And in a moment of weakness, Ellie even shares her darkest secret with Mila. With regionals approaching and college scouts taking notice, the pressure is on, and the girls vow they won't let anything get in the way of their futures. But everything changes when Mila goes out on a training run and never returns. No one knows what happened, but all eyes are on the Steckler sisters. They'll never catch us. All right. Going a little bit along with the fairy tale in the first book that we heard about. This one is called Grim Lovelace. I love the little Eiffel Tower on the front there. And this is by Megan Shepard. And it says that it includes a bonus novella in here. 17-year-old Anouk envies the human world, where people known as pretties lavish fast cars and high fashion on themselves and have the freedom to fall in love. But Anouk can never have those things because she is not really human. Enchanted from animal to human girl and forbidden to venture beyond her familiar Parisian prison. Anouk is a beastie, destined for a life surrounded by dust bunnies and cinders, serving Madame Vittoria, the evil witch who spelled her into existence. That is, until one day she finds her mistress murdered in a pool of blood, and Anouk is accused of the crime. Now the world she always dreamed of is rife with danger. Pursued through Paris by the underground magical society known as the Hati, Anouk and her fellow beasties have only 3 days to find the real killer before the spell keeping them human fades away. If they fail, they will lose the only lives they've ever known. But if they succeed, they could be more powerful than anyone bargained for. Grim Lovelace. All right, and this one I know has been super popular. I've seen a lot about it on social media. It is called White Smoke by New York Times bestselling author Tiffany D. Jackson. There's the cover on that one. It says, creepy, frightening. I wanted to scream. And that's by R.L. Stine. So that review coming from R.L. Stine means that this must be a pretty good book. You won't be staying here long. I'll make very sure of that. Marigold is running from ghosts. The phantoms of her old life keep haunting her, but a move with her newly blended family from their small California beach town to the embattled Midwestern city of Cedarville might be the fresh start that she needs. Her mom has accepted a new job with the Sterling Foundation, which comes with a free house, one that Mari now has to share with her bratty 10-year-old stepsister, Piper. The renovated picture-perfect home on Maple Street, sitting between dilapidated houses, surrounded by wary neighbors, has its secrets. That's only half the problem. Household items vanish, doors open on their own, lights turn off, shadows walk past rooms, voices can be heard in the walls, and there's a foul smell seeping through the vents, which only Mari seems to notice. Worse, Piper keeps talking about a friend who wants Mari gone, but running from ghosts is just a metaphor, right? As the house closes in, Mari learns that the danger isn't limited to Maple Street. Cedarville has its secrets too, and secrets always find their way through the cracks. White Smoke. Sounds intriguing. And finally, we have one that's called Spells Trouble. I love the uniqueness of the cover, how they used, it looks like plants and branches and twigs and foliage to make the letters there. And this is by famous New York Times bestselling authors P.C. Cast and Kristen Cast. So they've went together. And it's called Sisters of Salem. I knew it probably had to do with witches. And this is number 1 in the series. It says on the spine there. So there will be more. Double Double. Twins spell trouble. Hunter and Mercy Good are twin witches, direct descendants of the founder of their town of Goodville. As their ancestors did before them, it is now time for the twins to learn what it means to be gatekeepers, the protectors of the gates to different underworlds, ancient portals between their world and realms where mythology rules and nightmares come to life. When their mother becomes the first victim in a string of murders, the devastated sisters vow to avenge her death. But it will take more than magic to rein in the ancient mythological monsters who's infected their peaceful town. Now Hunter and Mercy must come together and accept their destiny or risk being separated for good. Spells Trouble. So I hope that I've chosen some great reads for you on those cold days when you just want to cuddle up with a blanket and a cup of tea and read some spooky, creepy books. Take care, everyone. Hope to see you soon at Ericson Library. Bye-bye.